Welcome ladies and gentlemen to a bit more of a chill video. I recently got to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, finally, because I really wanted to know, is the Jujutsu Kaisen movie actually better than the Demon Slayer movie? Because I've seen a lot of hype, but also a lot of hate around it. I decided I should go watch it. However, there is a problem. You see, in northern Italy, which is where I live, we have this policy. It's called not being a weeb. Therefore, in all northern Italy, the cinemas be like, no, let's not, air that weeb shit. We don't want weeps in Italy. We just want, happy little children and like Dora the Explorer for the 27th time or something like that, because that movie aired, or the new Sonic movie. But no, JJK, no, that's not for us. At least air the Johnny Depp trial or something instead of boring ass films. At least there is an interesting villain. Therefore, I was a bit sad. I couldn't go to the cinema. I just wanted to watch the movie. At this time, a friend of mine messaged me and we were depressed together, like good homies do. Being depressed and not having the ability to watch JJK and stuff like that. So he was like, bro, if those shitty Italians don't let us watch JJK, why not just embark on a whole other journey to watch it in another country? And that's what we did. We traveled to Austria. So after that, we embarked on this adventurous journey to get, not only watch the movie, but while we're there, we just decided to also go shopping a bit. Naturally, we are weebs, we just, do our groceries. No, I'm just kidding, we shop for mangas. So I bought those 3 mangas because I only bought the first 3 volumes because normally I read my manga digitally, like a Chad. But I finally got to own, especially Tokyo Revengers, I'm proud of, because Tokyo Revengers, I think they're at volume 22 or 23 at this point. The problem is they didn't really release it in any other language besides Japanese. So having it finally in a language that I can read, even though it's not English, those are all German because we bought them in Austria, is such a pleasure. I even considered buying them in Japanese. So yeah, if you want my opinion on those mangas, I actually gave all of those mangas a proper kind of review on my podcast. And after that, we finally watched the movie. Our mission is to compare it to the long-standing, or not long-standing, it was a year ago, but the now king of shonen movies. And let me just say this, I have a great amount of respect for the Demon Slayer film just because of what it did to shonen. You see, before Demon Slayer came out, every shonen movie was just a spin-off. So what Demon Slayer decided to do is, fuck it, we're going to adapt the whole arc into a movie and make it canon. And for that, I respect it. Now, did they do a phenomenal job with it, like everybody says? Nah. While saying it's the best shonen anime movie that has been released in the last 10 years might sound like a big achievement, it's like saying you've taken the most cleanest shit in the universe. Okay, that's great. You took a great shit, but it's still shit. Okay, sorry, I had to let my dog in. He kind of looks depressed in the corner. So where was I? I don't want to say that Kimetsu no Yaiba was a shitty movie, right? Because I think it's still a great movie. I just think people are exaggerating. It was the first good movie that shonen has created in the last 5 years, because every other movie was just a spin-off. But people seem to forget that 70% of the movie was extremely boring. The scenes when they sleep. Nobody gives a shit. I know it's impressive that Tanjiro, can cut himself so many times so that he can reawaken, stuff like that. And the action scenes are still animated really good. But just the fact that, everything basically relies on the animation kind of, made it a bit boring, even though the animation was godly. When Rengoku actually died, I think it was not that it was such a well-built character that died before us and we felt super sad. It's more that it shocked me because Demon Slayer brought us the Hashira in the last 20-ish episodes of the first season, and they seemed invincible. We've seen the 7, 8, what it is, Hashira, all in a formation, and they just seemed super strong. Everything seemed obsolete, just, having seen the power of the Hashira. But seeing one of the strongest Hashira actually die just confirmed that the world still was a threat. And I think that's what really sold me on the movie. Having just that seems a bit too little for it to have become the highest grossing anime movie of all time. Now that I've finally shown you my stand on how I think about the Kimetsu no Yaiba movie, let's finally get to the main meat of the topic. How does the Jujutsu Kaisen movie compare? I think after seeing it, I'll try to keep it spoiler free because probably some of you guys haven't been able to see it, but I personally think the movie was pretty great. I think it was in fact better than Kimetsu no Yaiba. Now why is that? I think one of the main reasons is just that Koyoharu Gotoge, the author of Kimetsu no Yaiba, falls a bit short with character writing and character motivations, because I don't feel like any of the character motivations in Kimetsu no Yaiba are especially deep or make sense, while Akutami Sensei, who is Jujutsu Kaisen's author, in my opinion has an edge over him in character writing. I really like all the side characters and also the main characters from Jujutsu Kaisen way more than Demon Slayers. Now granted, I don't think they are like super amazing characters, but they do the job and some of them are really interesting as characters. Nobara, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 was a breath of fresh air because she seemed like a not like super girly type of women, which is a rarity in shonen anime. Also, the action throughout the movie was pretty consistent and we got also a kind of side romance on its way, which I always love in movies. Like I'm a romantic kind of guy, you know, like I like my shoujos and that's just amazing for me. Now, having said all that, Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't reach its peak like Kimetsu no Yaiba did in the film. I felt like Jujutsu Kaisen's film was pretty good, like that encapsulates it. It was good throughout. It wasn't amazing at some point and then fell off or something like that. It was just good throughout. I can't wait for you guys to see the whole movie, the whole series when it actually comes out. And you know, just having this consistency as a movie is, in my opinion, much better. For a movie, you need to, you know, have 2 hours straight that you need to commit. It's not 20 or 24 minutes for a normal standard anime episode where if it misses one time, it's not that big of a matter. You can just go super powerful the next episode and it's not a huge time investment. However, I think it doesn't reach the peaks of Kimetsu no Yaiba's movie, and sadly I think that's why people think that Kimetsu no Yaiba is better. And now, having said all that, I had a great time with the movie. I traveled to literally another country, but it was fun as hell. I would rewatch it actually. Probably I will rewatch it. I thought about, you know, rewatching the whole first season just after the movie. It was, in my opinion, probably my favorite shonen movie from the last 5 years, considering that every other movie except for the Kimetsu no Yaiba pretty much suck. Even as a Hunter x Hunter fan, like what they did with Hunter x Hunter movies is abhorrent. Even the greatest shonens have like dumbass movies, so just seeing that medium being refined as well in shonen just is absolutely amazing. Well, that was all for me today. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and if you didn't, you know, dislike, you can't do that anymore because bye-bye dislike button. However, let me know in the comments what I should improve in my videos. Thank you for watching and check out my other stuff. Bye!